So, hello YouTube, Facebook, everyone else, wherever you may be. It's Thursday the 21st of January, and today, what concerns me more than anything is public reaction to certain things. It's kind of, the fear is increased even more. I don't know how you can increase fear even more than you've already increased it, but clearly they have, because in England, they're rolling out vaccines, like other countries are right now. And in this country, the government has said they will not force you to have a vaccine, but they've almost implied that you won't be able to travel and you won't be able to visit certain establishments if you don't, and it would be down to the establishment's rules, I suppose. Which, for me, it's like, well, okay, I've actually travelled, I'm lucky in that sense, so I don't need to go to another country. There's enough places in England that are really nice that I haven't visited, so that's easy. Do that for a few years until this drama's over. And the other thing is if a pub or a restaurant or a club won't allow me to come into it because I haven't had a vaccine, I don't want to go to your club or establishment because I'm sorry, your principles are all wrong. In this world, there's a thing called freedom, and how I will elaborate on this is this. One of my friends messaged me today on Facebook, was having a little chat about the Biden and Trump thing, you know, the drama that's going on over there. And they said to me, they said, oh yeah, I saw a discussion, and I've seen a couple myself, but she said, I saw a discussion today, but it was near enough saying that, oh, why don't the people who are not vaccinated and the people who refuse to take the vaccine, why don't they just put them all into a camp over there, Camp A, and everyone else can be in Camp B, and they're allowed to go anywhere. Why don't we restrict these people? And it was getting a little bit of crap from people because you're going to, right? But there were people who are actually supporting him. Now, has everyone forgot history? Did everyone, because the moment I say World War II and World War I was orchestrated and it was done on purpose, I get told I've got a tinfoil hat on my head, right? So if Hitler is Hitler, right, let's just say Hitler is what he said he is and he done what they said he done, why are we walking neatly back into that kind of situation? You've got Germany putting COVID, what would we call them? COVID non-rule abiding people. So what would you call them? I can't think what the word is off the top of my head. I'm not going to dwell on it. But you've got fucking refugee camps to put people in who are not abiding by COVID rules in Germany. Now, isn't that how it went wrong last time? It's just a little bit of a fault. That concerns me more than anything else. It's like, what the hell, right? I can understand it. If this COVID-19, not coronavirus, this coronavirus, the word coronavirus is a heading for about 10 or 15 different varieties of viruses. So let's talk about COVID-19 and its so-called variants, So let's talk about COVID-19. And if COVID-19 had a death rate like the Spanish flu, or killed 1 in 2 people, or caused you to be in bed for 2 weeks seriously ill, and a large portion of the population, I might fear it. But the only reason why we're locking the country down is not because this virus is detrimental to our health per se. Obviously, it is to the vulnerable people and people over certain ages. Of course it is. Flu's like that with anyone. Any flu season's like that. But we're locking down this country just to save our NHS that basically wasn't funded by our government properly to start with. So we're all doing a little favour. We're doing the right thing, the British thing. Stiff upper lip. Doing what we're told for a little while to save our very beloved NHS that's not been funded properly by our government for years. And people will argue at us, well, Labour funded it, Conservative. It doesn't matter what fucking government they're in, none of them fund it. Right? Because there's pros and cons to both, and both of them are all controlled by the same hidden hand. all puppets for the the powers that be. So it doesn't really matter who you bring in. And this is the other thing. I digress onto presidency and prime ministers. It's like, I've always said it's almost like when someone's elected in, all the things that they said they'd do over the course of the next year, they kind of go back on some of them. And you hear people say all the time, oh, well, they promised to do that, but they've gone back on that. And it happens a lot on both sides, so Labour and Conservative in this country. It happens on both sides. Well, the difference with Donald Trump is he done what he said. And it seems since day one he got into office, don't get me wrong, the bloke's a bit of a cock at times. I'm not going to sit here and pretend he's not. And he's a chauvinistic pig. Lots of men are, right? But if he said, I'm going to do this, he done his darndest to fucking do it. Okay? And I don't know any politicians who do that. They all back down. Oh, yeah, sorry. Banking families have dragged me into the back room and told me if I don't do that, they're going to kill my children and my fucking family. It's almost like that. You look at every prime minister and president and see how much they age. Have you not noticed how badly anyone in power ages within the 4 years of their term, or 5 years, depending on what country you're in? It's absolutely shocking. It's almost like they've been, it's almost like a secret society's taken them into a back room and gone, right, do you know what? This is MI5 or MI6, actually MI7. We don't know it exists. And this, because we run and control the show and no one knows this. You have to pretend to let the minions out there think that they've got some kind of say. And what you have to do is keep everyone in fear that there's an enemy. Whether that's a country, a person, a virus, whatever it is, keep them in fear, then you can conquer and also you can conquer and divide, and everyone fights, there's chaos, and we can create order out of chaos. So let the people think through that box that they've got some kind of say, and they'll get on with their lives and be happy little people and make us loads of money while we do whatever we want to do in the background. And it all... It's all in plain sight, and people don't want to look at it. And when they do, they go, oh, there's not a lot you can do about it. One person can't change the world. Are you fucking serious? Of course one person can change the world. What kind of nonsensical statement is that? Yeah? So, all I'm going to say to fellow human beings right now is, let's not turn into Nazi Germany. People have choice. And if someone doesn't want to take a vaccine, that's their choice and they're risking themselves. Okay? You've had the vaccine that apparently is so effective, it's fantastic. So what are you worried about? And I'm telling you, I'm not being funny, if you're that worried, why don't you stay in? It's like one guy said to me, because I have problems wearing masks. I'm not going to go into the 3 reasons, actually, why I can't wear a mask online, because I don't need to. But one of them's quite shit. The other 2 I could probably talk about. But they were like, well, why don't you click and collect? Well, when this all started to kick off, I did click and collect because I didn't want to have an argument with someone. Now, I couldn't give a flying cunt. I'll have an argument with anyone because I don't care anymore. I used to click and collect. If you're that fucking scared of it, you click and collect. Don't worry about what I'm doing. You click and collect. I haven't been ill for a year. This time last year, I had some kind of cold flu thing. I think it was like a COVID thing. It's only for 2 days. I haven't been sick since. I'm vegan. I go to the gym. I take vitamin D and I have ginger, lemon and apple juice daily. I haven't had anything. Oh, and I use Colloidal Silver if I get a sore throat or a slight ear ache or even a sense of it. And I don't eat complete crap all the time. I eat enough vegetables and fruits and actual real food to not... My body's not constantly inflamed. And a lot of people's bodies are already inflamed and then they add a sickness to it, which is inflammation, and then wonder why they're not very well. So let's just... Anyway, I digress back to the beginning or the original statement. Let's not turn into Nazi Germany. Peace, love and light.